Is the Nintendo Wii U really dead? Should Nintendo just give up on hardware and instead focus on monetizing their games on other platforms? In this 15th episode of Gaming Wars, let's finally do justice to the most dominant console platform in gaming history. When asked about why Nintendo kept making hardware, famous superstar game designer Shigeru Miyamoto said, "We're able to design the hardware the way we want, to create the games we want to create. We're able to focus on the one title for the one platform." After E3, Nintendo finally revealed some of those titles designed for Nintendo's 8th generation console. Some of you might remember way back in the fall of 2012, I started the Gaming Wars series after a subscriber asked me to talk about PlayStation and Xbox. But I didn't want to talk about console gaming without looking to the past in order to better understand how we got to where we are today. In episodes 2 through 4, we learned that not only did the NES save the console industry in North America, but that also NES games are seared into the muscle memory of millions of gamers. Now, while I really wanted to make a Wii U video before the launch in November, because of my day job I couldn't finish the series until mid-January, and by then the PS4 and Xbox One reveals took the air out of Nintendo's sales. But now things have definitely changed. With Xbox bowing down to large publishers in its upcoming always listening DRM platform, see Gaming Wars 14, Microsoft may have inadvertently given the Wii U the Wind Waker it needs to sail into more living rooms around the world.
Ha! You said it right this time.
I'm never gonna live that one down, am I?
Nope. See Gaming Wars 12.
For some relevant background into Nintendo's past, I added some links below. So now, finally, let's talk about Nintendo's future in the 8th generation console war. What makes Nintendo really different from Sony and Microsoft are its Hall of Fame franchises. In the previous episode, we learned the gaming industry is made up of 3 big groups: publishers, retailers, and gamers. Publishers promote games, retailers sell them, and gamers play them. Nintendo is both a platform owner and the dominant publisher in the industry. 24 of the 30 top-selling games in history were not only published by Nintendo, but can only be played on Nintendo hardware. So it's really a true integrated company where hardware and software are designed together to make a great gaming experience. So why are Nintendo games so successful? Reggie, president of Nintendo America, explained it best. The replayability of our content is super strong. The consumer wants to keep playing Mario Kart, Super Mario Bros., Pikmin. We are confident that if we build great content, then the consumer will not want to trade in our games. So replay value is the reason why even used Nintendo games are pretty expensive. I've even purchased multiple versions of classic games: the original cartridge, a digital copy for the Wii console, and digital copies for the DS. Ever since the original Wii, backwards compatibility was a major feature of Nintendo consoles. And while the hardware is limited, its innovative controller, pick-up-and-play game design, and classic franchises have helped Nintendo dominate the 7th generation console era by appealing to a broad market of people. So to stay competitive, the Wii U has continued innovating on game design, maintained backwards compatibility, while also updating the hardware. You don't buy a Nintendo for mind-blowing graphics. Suffice it to say, the processor is bigger and faster than its predecessor. And finally, Nintendo games can be enjoyed in full 1080p 5.1 surround sound. While the basic Wii U is the best price, for $50 more, the deluxe bundle comes with 4 times the storage, a stand for the console, a charging dock for the gamepad, a membership to digital promotions in the Nintendo eShop, and a game to start you off. Nintendo Land's mini-games show off the functionality of the gamepad, where different controllers offer different gaming experiences. And besides all these features, what stands out to me is the off-TV play functionality. If you've ever had to give up your living room TV to a higher power, now you can plug in headphones to the gamepad and continue playing certain games without hogging the TV. So even though the hardware isn't state-of-the-art, by now most gamers know what to expect from Nintendo games. Things from our youth that we can go back to and experience again. At its heart, Nintendo is a toy company, making things for people to play with. The side-scrolling platform New Super Mario Bros. U was the launch title that kept Nintendo gamers busy over the 2012 holiday break. And now the Super Luigi U will keep them busy over the summer. And this exclusive from Ubisoft brings the first-person shooter survival horror genre to the gamepad in order to demonstrate its potential. And during spring break, this exclusive kept gamers busy looking for criminals. But with all the buzz over the PS4 and Xbox One, coupled with a weak launch library, Wii U sales have been slow. But the full realization of the Wii U's potential may be just around the corner. First, we'll see what Mr. Miyamoto has been cooking up with Pikmin 3, a single-player, real-time strategy game where we can direct a gang of Pikmin to ultimately defeat enemies using the gamepad as a real-time map. And the one game that fits perfectly with Nintendo's family-friendly demographic will be Disney's Infinity. Like Activision's Skylanders, collectible figures from these franchises combine with power discs to unlock upgrades and new items. Of course, not to be outdone, Activision's Skylanders Swap Force will probably keep my nieces and nephews busy over the holidays. And other multi-platform games from Ubisoft, Activision, and Warner Brothers are in development right now. And if you ever get tired of gaming, you can always stream stuff from these services, or just browse the web from the gamepad. But publishers are definitely concerned about the future adoption rate of the Wii U platform. At E3, even though Ubisoft will continue to develop cross-platform titles, the CEO said, "We need more sold before developing future exclusives." And EA is not developing any games, exclusive or cross-platform, for the Wii U. But publishers always follow the gamers, and gamers follow the games. And with Nintendo, the virtuous cycle begins with their franchises. Super Smash Bros. Will introduce the Villager and Mega Man into the mix. And the follow-up to Xenoblade Chronicles promises to be the biggest game world possible on the Wii U. The Wii Fit U uses the same balance board, but comes with a pedometer that uploads via NFC to the gamepad. The monkey that started it all is platforming its way back in this 7th installment. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is back in full HD glory. And the motorcycles, hang gliders, and underwater racing are coming back with new anti-gravity sections where racers can drive on walls and ceilings in Mario Kart 8. Super Mario 3D World, a follow-up to Super Mario 3D Land, brings back the 4 character powers from Super Mario Bros. 2, and a couple of new suits. And a new Yoshi game is under development from the same team that made Kirby's Epic Yarn. But the biggest feature now might be backwards compatibility. If we look at the competition, besides paying more for the console, gamers also have to buy new controllers, new headsets, and their previous generation games just won't work. But if you're among the 100 million people that have the original Nintendo Wii, and you've been itching to see Nintendo franchises in all their full HD glory, starting at $299, you get a console that is backwards compatible with Wii hardware and software, works without an internet connection, offers free online multiplayer, isn't handicapped by big publishers' demands, and lets you play certain games on the gamepad whenever someone wants to watch TV. So is the Wii U really dead? I sure hope not, because I want to share the full Nintendo gaming experience with future generations of gamers coming up in the world. So if you'd like to check out some more relevant Nintendo videos, check the links below. And here's my customary thank you to all the latest subscribers. Every like and comment reminds me that I'm actually doing something right. And while I try my best to post videos regularly, now that my vacation's over, I might only have time for about 1 video a week. So thank you all for hanging in there.